All praise to the Most High God. Like I said, the name of the class tonight is Be Mindful of Envy. All right? Some of y'all may know I did a class some years back called The Spirit of Jealousy and Competition. This class is, similar, of course. But I'm going into some particulars tonight. All right? Basically, what I'm going to deal with tonight, and that's the reason why I said be mindful of envy, because the way that we perceive certain things in a congregation could be, we might have a good reason to think so, if we see evil being done. But sometimes when we surmise certain things that's going on with a group of brothers or a group of sisters or whatever the case may be, the root of you perceiving something the wrong way or, whatever, it could be rooted in envy and jealousy. All right? You might want it to seem like some sisters got a clique going on or whatever, and they trying to exclude people when that's not what's going on. They just got a tight bond. They always at the school. They always putting in work together. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with brothers. Same brothers always traveling. You never available, but you think it's a clique, but you not able to travel with they. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we gotta be mindful the way that we look at stuff and think about stuff. All right, it could be envy. All right, let's get James chapter 4. James chapter 4, verse 5. And like I went over adultery, the spirit of adultery, with the congregation yesterday, and I still got to do a part 2. Sins like that, like adultery, envy, like when people battling with them, there ain't nobody just gonna go up to somebody and be like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm lusting after so-and-so wife.
Right.
I'm lusting after so-and-so husband. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with envy. You ain't finna go up to somebody and be like, man, I'm battling. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm jealous of old boy. I'm jealous of old girl. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff you gotta be able to tap in within. And if you spiritual, when you dealing with that thing. Don't be ignorant and think, oh, there's no way I could ever be jealous of somebody. But let's see what the Bible say. Read what you got.
The book of James, chapter 4 and verse 5.
Come on.
Do you think that the scripture saith in vain? The spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy.
So if you think that it's just impossible, I could never envy somebody. Come on, look at me. I'm me. I could never envy nobody, right? That means that you think God ain't know what the hell he was talking about. He had the prophets writing at the side of their neck for them to write that the spirit in us lusteth to envy. One thing that we got to understand, in the spirit, we know what's right. We know how we supposed to do and what we not supposed to do. But this right here, this flesh, it got a mind of its own. I'm telling you. It got a mind of its own. We got to be mindful of that thing. The spirit within us, it lusts to envy. All right? Let's see what envy is. Pull that up real quick. Yeah. Let's see what envy is. Read that.
Envy, for Latin invidia, is an emotion which occurs when a person lacks another superior quality, achievement, or a possession, and either desires it or wishes that the other lacked it.
Either desires it or wishes that the other person lacked it. So, for example, like in the context of what I brought up, right? You got certain brothers, a core group of brothers that's always going out traveling, doing the work. Or you got certain sisters that's always at the school putting in the bricks, serving the men, cooking the food, stuff like that, right? So in your mind, you could be thinking, oh, that's a clique. They evil. They never invite me nowhere and all of that. But what it could be is that those people, they've been through things together. They have a lot of stuff in common. They're cool people. They enjoy each other's company. Maybe you don't come around as much. people don't know you like that. Maybe you're not very sociable.
Right.
And maybe the real problem that you got with that group is that you're not as cool as them. You're not as cool to be around as they are. You're not as zealous to put in the work and be at the school like they are. Maybe that's what it really is.
Right.
Keep reading. Pull it back up.
What's this?
Aristotle.
Aristotle defined envy as pain at the sight of another's good fortune, stirred by those who have what we ought to have.
Those who have what we ought to have. I should have the the talent and all that to be cooking the good food that she cooked. You know what I'm saying? They should want to call on me to make the bread. I should have that quality. So maybe it's not that she got who she thinks she is. She always wanna serve the bread and all that. No, maybe she just good at it and we like her damn bread.
We want that bread.
Maybe you need to step your bread game up. You know what I'm saying? For real. It's pain at the sight of another's good fortune. You wish that you had that recognition. You wish that was you. All right? Keep reading on that.
Bertrand Russell said that envy was one of the most potent causes of unhappiness.
One of the most potent causes of unhappiness for you depressed brothers, you depressed sisters, always down in the dumps. I'm telling y'all the type of people, y'all need to delete social media.
Right.
Y'all get on there, y'all see people living it up, happy, doing their thing, and it's painful to see that they have what you don't have. And it's not they ain't doing nothing to you at all. But just their success, their good fortune, it offends you. All right, read on.
Recent research has focused on envy in the workplace.
In the what?
In the workplace.
So I wanted to, focus in on that because for you brothers and sisters that ain't congregating, you ain't part of no congregation or whatever, you ain't really gonna be able to, tap in with this one. This for my brothers and sisters that's in the body every Sabbath, feast days, because this is where it takes place, in the body. All right, go back. Recent research
has focused on envy in the workplace, considering the conditions under which it occurs, how people deal with it, and whether it can inspire people to emulate those that they envy.
Right. Whether it can inspire people to emulate those they envy. All right. So you could drop that. Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 4. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 4.
The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 4. Again, I consider all travel. Is that it? Travail. And every right work, that for this a man is envy of his neighbor.
So he said he considered every white work, and that for this a man is envy of his neighbor. Think about it. You doing everything right. You studying, you attending MOV, Camp 101, you going to, you doing your thing, right? And you got other brothers who don't study as much, don't come around as much, but they always trying to find fault in you. Or they don't, when they see you get the soldier test and they feel some type of way. Like, why you? And that's what it, at the end of the day, that's why I say pride is the beginning of sin, because this is how pride kicks into envy. You see a person doing all the right things, but maybe you came in at the same time as them. Maybe you came in before them. Maybe you're carnally older than them, right? And so with that being said, those carnal stumbling blocks in the way, instead of following their lead, just doing what they do so you can get the same results that you want, instead you rather them just not do the good stuff that they doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody to recognize them for the good stuff that they doing, instead of just following their lead. That's the problem. That's why Solomon said this. Keep reading.
This is also vanity and vexation of
It's
spirit.
vexation of spirit. Why sit there and let envy grow inside of you instead of just following that person? Cleave to him. Take
Right.
notes.
Right.
Aspire to do the works that they doing. Don't sit back and try to make it seem like they doing stuff that ain't right, or they doing stuff that's evil, or somebody's showing favoritism to them. I'm gonna show y'all something about favor. Before I go to Sirach 26:6. One thing about envy, alright, is more so, I'd say, a feminine trait. Because remember, where it all started at in the garden, with the serpent do with Eve. You know, you can be on the level that Adam at. You can be a god too.
Right.
And she ate of that damn doctrine. You know what I'm saying? For real, I'm telling you, it's a very woman-like trait to deal with jealousy. It would be more fitting, or not fitting, but it's more normal, for lack of better words, to see women dealing with that spirit more so than men. You know what I'm saying? It's a very feminine trait. So when men have it, it's that much worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But read that, though.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
So why is this in the Bible? A grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that's jealous over another woman. Why is that in the Bible if that doesn't take place?
Right.
That means there's stuff that happens within these different congregations. Women be jealous over other women. But instead of examining themselves and looking within, they try to point out, oh no, they're a clique.
Right.
No, they be... Listen, sis, unless you witness them murmuring against leadership, you're purposely excluding somebody, doing some little slick, evil stuff, and it's all in your imagination, you the one that's wicked. You got the devil on you. For real. But that's what be happening with a lot of sisters and brothers too. All right? God said that's a grief of heart and a sorrow. You could drop that. Go to Proverbs 12:2. Show y'all something about favor. All right? It's not to be mistaken with what they call respect of persons. You can say it's a fine line between the two, but it is a difference. We're going to get into it. Read what you got.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 2. A good man obtaineth favor of the Lord.
So a good man will obtain favor from the Lord. Favor from the Lord.
Right.
Read on.
But a man of wicked devices will he condemn.
Now let's look at the definition of favor. A good man gonna get favor from the Lord. Let's look at that. Favor. IT. All right.
You want the
read
first
that.
one?
Yeah.
Favor. Approval, support, or liking for someone or something.
Approval, support, or liking for someone or something. So a good man, meaning a man that keeps the commandments. He does what is right in the eyes of the Lord.
Right.
The Lord approves of him. He likes him. He supports him. He shows him favor.
Right.
That could be him being raised up over other men, or the Lord using him to do something great. Or, you know what I'm saying? He gets special blessings. Is that wrong? Is God a respect of persons? Is God out the spirit for showing favor to good men? I'm telling you, you can get out there, that's a Christianity spirit. It shouldn't be no rank. It shouldn't be these wives over these wives. They shouldn't be able to do this and do that. Bruh, that's a Christianity spirit, man. For real. You just don't want to do the work.
Stop it. Get some help.
You do the work, you'll get favor from the Lord. I get Sirach 6 and 5. So this is a way to get favor from brothers and sisters. If you battling with, if you feel like you always getting left out, you wonder why people don't call you when they just want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You got to examine yourself. I know me personally, I ain't never been a very social type of person. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Some people got very good social skills. They know how to talk to people, joke, and laugh. Me, if I don't know a person, I'm not open like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not funny. You're not gonna find a lot of joy in being around me unless we know each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable around you. That's just how I am. So I never been Mr. Popular or whatever. If I was popular, it was because of a talent that I had. All right? And I was. It is what it is. All right, read that.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 5.
Come on.
Sweet language will multiply friends.
Right. Sweet language will multiply friends. Come on.
And a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings.
Right. So if you got good people skills, you know how to talk to people. All right. You're going to have more friends than the average. More people going to want to be around you more often. It is what it is. Why? Because they enjoy your company. Right. Are they wrong for that? Well, I know so-and-so makes me laugh, and I'm trying to have it's only so many people that can fit in my house, and I want a good friendly get-together. But I'm just going to invite the people that aren't funny as well, just because, I don't know. Not saying that they can't do that. I'm just saying, make it make sense. Why would it be a problem for people to want to be around the more persons? You know what I'm saying? That's why they're called people persons. All right, from there, get Leviticus 19, verse 15. Now we're going to deal with respect of persons. All right?
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 15.
Come on.
Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
In what?
In judgment.
In judgment. Now, think about it, right? Let's just say Officer Zerah, you my dog, you funny as hell. We like this, right? And Officer Titus, we don't really know each other like that, right? But both of y'all get caught stealing from the congregation. Both of y'all are facing judgment. Both of y'all officers of 10.
Right.
And I say, hey, y'all, Isaiah, you go in that room real quick. We'll deal with you later. Titus, you wicked, you a thief. Give me 1 Corinthians 5. No company with no thief. Get the hell out of here. Right?
Right.
And then I go in the little room with you, be like, come on, bro. Come on now, dog. All you had to do was call me, G. All you had to do was, you know what I'm saying, bro? Don't do that no more, bro. Come on, you gonna make me look stupid. Now, that's unrighteousness in judgment.
Right.
Now, was I wrong for being closer to you, per se? Because we cool or whatever? No, you don't know what we done been through. I done been through more with this brother. I know this brother longer, et cetera, et cetera. But when they in sin and it's time to get judged, that doesn't matter. It don't matter. All right, read on.
Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty.
Right. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, meaning a poor person did a sin. You be like, oh, poor him. No. God said don't respect the person of the poor. Somebody mighty that you don't want to see fall, you try to cover it up. No. They both sin. They both got to get their judgment. All right, read on.
But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor.
All right, from there, 1 Timothy 5:17. This is an example right here. This is an example. It'll show the difference between favor or honor, per se, in respect of persons. Read what you got.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 17.
Come on.
Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor.
Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor. Like 1 Peter 2:17 say, honor all men, right?
Right.
But if they are elder, they rule well, they get double the respect.
Right.
Now, is that Paul at the Spirit? Hold on, now we all people now. Hey, Jew nor Greek, bud nor free. Hold on, fam. Why they gotta get double honor? Cause they older? Cause they been in the truth longer? Cause they in leadership? You see how stupid that sound? So it's common sense. Like, yes, the elders, they rule well with the experience. They've been through trial, tribulation. They got all their responsibility. They deserve double honor. Common sense. Read on.
Especially they who labor in the word and doctrine.
Right, especially them who labor, put in the work, do good works, right works in the word and the doctrine. Now jump down to verse 20.
Verse 20. Them that sin rebuke before all, that others also may fear.
Right, but if these elders get caught in a sin, you got witnesses, they get brought forth. Hey, rebuke them in front of everybody so they can know. Yeah, you done put in work for this amount of time and all this and this and that. That's cool.
Right.
But you got caught in sin. You got to get corrected so everybody can know you don't, when you get to a certain point, you just absolve from judgment.
Right.
Nah, hell no. That's why Paul told Timothy to do that in that fashion. Read on.
Verse 21. I charge thee before God and the Lord Jesus Christ and the elect angels that thou observe these things without preferring one before another.
That you observe these things. What things? What was he just talking about? Judgment. That you observe these things without what?
Doing nothing by partiality.
Now, serve these things without what?
Serve these things without preferring one before another.
Without preferring one before another. That go back to Leviticus 19 verse 15. Somebody because they poor, somebody because they mighty, this and this and that. No, you observe judgment without preferring one before the other. Read.
Doing nothing by partiality.
Doing nothing by partiality. So, even when you get to verse 1, the elders, honor them as fathers, the younger men as brothers.
Right.
That's a difference in honor. Is that respect of persons? No. If they both get caught in a sin, guess what? They both gonna get judged.
Right.
All right? It's the in judgment portion. That's when it's unfair. That's when, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I get judged for something or whatever. We the same rank, but I'm not as cool with the judge, with the leader that's passing the judgment. So I get put out longer. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It might be a problem there. It might be some respect of persons going on right there. But just the fact that a brother may cleave to a leader more, or brothers may cleave with each other more. The scriptures say every man shall cleave to his like. Some people got more stuff in common. Some people do common things together. If we in the same office, you know what I'm saying? We do the same things in the body, chances are we gonna be closer with each other. It is what it is. I can't let that affect judgment, but I can't be like, oh, I'm at the spirit, bro. We too close. I gotta distance myself from you and get closer to the other person that, you know, we kind of different. We don't really talk a lot, but I gotta do that because I'm at the spirit for being close to you. No. All right. So be mindful. Get Genesis 37. So we gonna get into the envy. Envying a neighbor for their right works, for them doing something good. Them not doing nothing to you directly. They doing what they supposed to do. But you looking at it like there's an issue. All right, Genesis 37 and 2.
The book of Genesis, chapter 37 and verse 2. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brother. And the lad was with the sons of Bela, and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report.
Right, so Joseph, one of the youngest sons, the second to youngest, right? So he younger than them, you know what I'm saying? You know how if you was a big brother, you get to doing stuff, your little brother see you, I'm telling him. You know, that's how Joseph was. You know, he was going to tell it. He was going to tell. But that's Leviticus 5:1.
Right.
You doing evil, I'm telling daddy. All right? Read on.
Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age.
Uh-huh.
And he made him a coat of many colors.
Right. So this, mind you, the older boys, they always doing bad stuff. Joseph, the good boy, he come and tell on them for doing their bad stuff. Right? So Jacob loved him more than the rest of them, and he made him a special coat. So was Jacob out the spirit? Jacob had the devil on him. I don't think I ever heard that broke down. I don't know. Read on.
And when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him.
They what?
They hated him.
So instead of seeing that he had this favor showed unto him by his daddy and saying, you know what? Now, they couldn't change the fact that he was the only one born by Rachel, the woman that he loved and stuff. They couldn't change that, but they could have stopped doing all the evil they kept getting told on for.
Right.
They could have followed suit and brought the reports to the daddy as well. You know what I'm saying? They should have just followed his footsteps. But what? They older than him. That's my little brother. I ain't got to do what you do. So what? In return, they hated him. Read on.
And could not speak peaceably unto him.
Couldn't speak peaceably unto him. Keep reading.
And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told his brother. And they hated him yet the more.
Right, so he told a dream. Now, can I help the dreams that I have? I don't have no control over what my dream is. He told them his dream, and they hated him more. Read.
Verse 6, and he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were biting sheaves in the field, and lo, my shepherd arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about, and made obeisance to my sheaf. And his brother said unto him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us?
You gonna reign over us? Come on.
Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us?
Uh-huh.
And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words.
So they hated him more for his dreams and his words. Now, little did they know, it was going to come to pass. It was of the Lord. The dream was of the Lord. All right? They was going to need him one day. He was going to be on a throne. They was going to need him. Little did they know.
Right.
But they, right here, they hated him for that. Read on.
And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brother, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me.
Right, going into Jacob, the mama, and the sons. Read.
And he told it to his father and to his brother. And his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brother indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth?
Read.
And his brother envied him.
His brothers what?
Envied him.
Envied him. So in the verses, it was about 3 verses that we read that said hated, hated, hated. Right here, it uses the word envy, because envy is really hatred.
Right.
It's really hatred. And I'm just going, watch, keep reading.
But his father observed the same.
Now jump down to verse 17.
Verse 17.
Uh-huh.
And the man said, They are departed hence, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brother and found him in Dothan.
Right, so now Jacob sent Joseph to go and check on the brothers, because he know they probably up to no damn good. Joseph, go check on your brothers. I heard they in Dothan. Go over there. Joseph like, yes, sir. Read.
And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him.
Now think about it. This wasn't even in Joseph's own will. He went like, yeah, I'm finna get my brothers in trouble. You know what I'm saying? He following orders. Like, okay, what else?
Right.
And when they see him from a distance, finna kill this little nigga. This little nigga gotta die. This they own flesh and blood. They brother. For real. Read on.
And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh.
Little dreaming ass nigga. Read on.
Come now, therefore, and let us slay him.
Let us what?
And let us slay him.
Now think about it. In the words above, you got hatred, you got envy. What did this turn into? Because they didn't repent, they didn't fix it, they didn't make it right. What did it turn into? They want to murder him. Their own brother, their father's favorite son. You got to think about that hatred, that envy, it goes so deep. Because you not only finna end his life, you finna imagine what the daddy gonna go through knowing that he lost his favorite child, the child of his old age. My baby boy. For real, they didn't give a damn. So that envy for Joseph turned into hatred for the daddy too. They didn't give a damn no more. Read on.
Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit, and we will say, some evil beast have devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dream.
You gonna see how his dream gonna pass after his ass dead. Yeah, yeah. You gonna see what them dreams talking about. Yeah, for real. That's what happened. Now, jump down to verse 26. So Reuben, he stepped in. He was like, nah, we can't kill the little boy because daddy gonna trip, or whatever. But they still, when they seen him, they still end up damn near killing him. So then Judah had to intervene. Read that.
Verse 26. And Judah said unto his brethren, What profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood?
Right, leave him in this pit. Make it seem like, something else happened. Read.
Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites.
Judah and wicked as hell.
You want that money?
They get some money, man. We ain't let not kill him, man. They get some money out there, you know what I mean? We ain't gotta kill him. Read.
And let not our hand be upon him.
Uh-huh.
For he is our brother and our flesh.
Right, let's not kill our brother. Come on.
And his brethren were content.
So they agreed with that. They were like, all right, bitch, you get this money. Go ahead.
Then there passed by Midianites, merchant men, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver.
For what?
For 20 pieces of silver.
And they got to split this 11 ways. Bro, I'm telling you, envy, hatred is something else. It's something else, man. Read.
And they brought Joseph into Egypt, and Reuben returned unto the
All
pit.
right, so that's it. Now go to Acts 7 and verse 9. So you gotta think like, damn, they sold their own, but you know how people be people that don't know nothing, they be coming up there, it's like, yeah, black people the real problem. We sold ourselves into slavery. Right. Be like, nah, that ain't what happened to Hamites, whatever. But hey, we did do it though. Way back in the gap. For real. We did sell our damn brother into slavery. We sure did.
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
All right, read what you got.
The book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 9. Mm-hmm. And the patriarchs moved with envy.
Moved with what?
Moved with envy.
They moved with envy. That's the thing. That's why, the scriptures say, out of the heart of man proceed evil thoughts. It's one thing for it to be a thought within you. But then when you move with that thought, when you move with that spirit, based on what you're thinking, I'm telling you, it's going to turn into sin. It's going to turn into evil. For real, they moved with envy. Go ahead.
Sold Joseph into Egypt, but God was with him.
Right, but God was with him. Why? Because he got favor from the Lord. For real. Now, go to Numbers chapter 11. Numbers chapter 11, verse 24. So we just going to go through examples of, you know, when you see one thing as, because basically they looked at Joseph like, this a little player hating, little, you know what I'm saying? He don't want us to have no damn fun. You know what I'm saying? But Joseph's intent wasn't to ruin their fun and be a party pooper. He was just keeping the commandments. He was applying the scriptures. He was listening to his pops. For real, he didn't have no ill intent towards his brothers. All right? So it's a lot of instances where you see somebody doing something and just based on the favor that they getting showed for doing what they doing, you want to make it seem like they got it out for you. All right? Numbers chapter 11, verse 24.
Numbers chapter 11, verse 24.
So in this is after Moses pleaded with the Lord, like, why you did I conceive Israel? Did I give birth to all these damn Israelites? Am I the pappy? Am I the mama in the back? Lord, I need help. Help me. I'm tired of dealing with all these Negroes by myself. So Lord said, all right, bet, I got you. All right, read.
And Moses went out and told the people of the words of the Lord, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And the Lord came down in a cloud, and spake unto him, and stood and took of the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease.
So I want y'all to remember this too as we go forward. Moses' spirit was so mighty. It was such a good spirit that he was able to trickle it up on 70 other men, and their spirit instantly elevated. Moses was Moses was that dude. I'm telling you, Moses was that guy. Read on.
But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the spirit rested upon them. And they were of them that were written, but went not out unto the tabernacle. And they prophesied in the camp.
Right, so they prophesied somewhere else. Go ahead.
And there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp.
Right, they in the camp. They ain't at the tabernacle with everybody else. Go ahead.
And Joshua, the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, my lord Moses, forbid them.
Moses, tell them to stop. They trying to get some of your glory. They trying to be prophets like you, trying to do their own thing. Man, shut them down, Moses. So Joshua, he think he in the spirit, but you know he a young man. You know he had to learn this little lesson right here, because he turned out to be mighty as hell.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? That's how he looked at it. He looked at it like them brothers was doing something wrong. Look what Moses said. Read.
And Moses said unto him, enviest thou for my sake?
Envious thou for my sake? Joshua, you must think that's how I'm supposed to feel. That's what's going on right now. You think I'm supposed to be envious of them? Read.
With God that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his spirit upon them.
Moses said, Joshua, I wish everybody had the damn spirit. I wish everybody was prophesying. I'm glad. That's good news to me. Because these Negroes was wicked and simple as hell. All praises to the Most High God. They prophesying in the camp, because they camp showing the hell needed. You know what I'm saying? But Joshua thought that it was some, they trying to. No, that wasn't the case. All right, go to chapter 12, verse 1.
Numbers chapter 12 and verse 1.
Now, in this case, something different. Read.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
Right, he married an Ethiopian woman before the burning bush, before the Lord started dealing with him. But because of that, he didn't deliver the, take not your wives unto them or whatever. He didn't give them commandments. Now they like, you know what I'm saying? For real. Now they murmuring, speaking down on Moses, mind you. Moses could have told the Lord, man, I'm straight. I'm with Midian, with my wife. I got my family. We good. I ain't dealing with them damn Egyptians no damn more. I ain't going over there. Nope, I'm straight. Pick somebody else. He could have did that. But he esteemed, his life is nothing to go and get his people. Just to bring them into the wilderness, they piss him off and he don't even get to go to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? Moses was a noble man. He put his life on the line for his nation. That he wasn't even around for 40 years prior to doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? Moses was a noble brother. Aaron and Miriam ain't never catch nobody for their brother. You know what I'm saying? Moses got a body for his people.
Right.
But they got a nerve to speak against him. Read on.
Verse 2. And they said, had the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
The Lord only dealing with Moses? Read.
Hath he not spoken also by us?
Right, we prophets too. I'm a prophetess. Aaron like, yeah, I'm a spokesman. I really can do this by myself. Yeah. So they got the damn devil on them. They don't even know it. They think they justified in the fact that he got an Ethiopian wife. So they got the right to speak down on his brother. Read.
And the Lord heard it.
The Lord heard that thing. Read.
Now the man, Moses, was very meek, above all the men which were upon the face of the earth.
Now watch this. Go to Sirach 3:17. We're going to come back. It said Moses was meek above all men of the earth. Meek means obedient. The Lord tell you to do something, you're going to do it. You're going to put your pride to the side. It don't matter what you got going, how you feel, you're going to do what the Lord said. That was Moses. When it came to every other man on the earth, Moses was more meek. Read what you got.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 17. My son, go on with thy business in meekness.
In what?
In meekness.
Read.
So shalt thou be loved of him that is approved.
Right, so you're going to be beloved of the Lord when you go on with your business in meekness. Keep reading that.
Verse 18.
Uh-huh.
The greater thou art, the more humble thyself.
The greater you are, the more you remain meek. Read.
And thou shalt find favor.
Thou shalt find what?
Favor.
Favor.
Before the Lord.
Before the Lord. So the Lord going to show favor to you when you're meek, like Moses was, above all men of the earth. I go back to Numbers 12, verse 5.
The book of Numbers, chapter 12 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord came down in a pillar of a cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam.
Hey, y'all, come here. Read. Hey, you know how, you know what I'm saying, daddy come home or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done did something. You say, two of y'all done did something out of the three or the four. And he say, Isaac and Isaiah, y'all come here. Like, y'all in trouble. He ain't call everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all two done did something. Y'all in trouble. Moses and Miriam and Aaron was in trouble. Read.
And they both came forth.
Uh-huh.
And he said, hear now my words.
Hey, listen to this. Read.
If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream.
Uh-huh.
My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house.
So the Lord saying, like, look, this how I deal with prophets, right? With Moses, I don't even deal with him like that. It's on another level. You got to think you got regular Israelites and you got prophets. He said Moses above that. Read on.
With him will I speak mouth to mouth.
I ain't going to come to him in no dream and no vision. He ain't going to have to figure out no parable. I'm going to speak to him directly. Read.
Even apparently, and not in dark speeches.
Uh-huh.
And the similitude of the Lord shall be
Right.
shall he behold.
Moses was the only man to ever see the Lord back parts. You know what I'm saying? Moses got to actually see me. Read.
Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
So knowing that I deal with Moses like this, knowing that he's regarded above a regular man, above a prophet, you weren't afraid to speak evil against him? You weren't afraid of that? You ain't had no fear. Read on.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them.
And the Lord was mad at them. Now you might think, well, the Lord was at the spirit. He shouldn't have, he got to respect the persons. Yeah, he did got an Ethiopian wife. You know what I'm saying? What he mad at them for? They right. No. Hell no. The anger of the Lord was kindled against them, not Moses.
Right.
Read.
And he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Come on.
And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not thy sin upon us.
Lay not the what?
Thy sin upon us.
Lay not the sin upon us. Think about it. What was the sin? Murmuring. Why was they murmuring? Because they wanted Moses' seat. They wanted Moses' spot. Lord ain't just dealing with Moses. We leaders too. We can lead the nation too. That's the sin. That's where it was rooted at. Envy for their own brother, their own flesh and blood. Read.
Wherein we have done foolishly.
We have done what?
We have done foolishly. And wherein we have
So
sinned.
envy is a very foolish thing. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember, we all just vessels.
Right.
We're nothing but clay, but dirt. You know what I'm saying? So you see the Lord utilizing somebody a lot more to follow their footsteps, do what they do. It's all about how much you allow the Lord to use you. Some people gonna have higher measures of faith. It is what it is. That's how the Lord set it up. But when you envy somebody, that's foolish. That's dumb. All right, read on.
Verse 12. Let her not be.
Because you gotta think about how stupid that is. Moses, turn your meekness down. You know what I'm saying? Turn your love down for Israel. Stop being such a good leader. What would have happened to them? Ain't no, they would have been. You remember what the Lord was trying to do? Moses, I'm finna kill all that and start over with you. It's gonna be the Mosesites, you hear me? For real. If he wasn't meek, like they hating on him for being, he would have took that. It wouldn't have been no more Israelites. It wouldn't have been no Miriam, no Aaron. So it was foolish as hell for them to envy him.
Right.
Read.
Verse 12. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
Right, so the Lord turned her pure white, turned her into Becky. All right? So you can drop that. Now go to number 16, verse 1. It's another account. And this is the thing. Look, the Bible is showing us something. When you show a pattern of good works, when you doing your thing, when the Lord show favor to you and exalt you, you got to expect stuff like these is Israelites that's doing this stuff. When the patriarchs did it, you know what I'm saying? The high priest, the prophetess, the leader of the women, these are all Israel and mighty Israelites at that was caught up with envy. So don't be naive. You gotta look out for this stuff. You putting in good works, trust and believe. Somebody gonna have the spirit of envy towards you, and it's on them to examine themselves and fix it. All right, read what you got.
The book of Numbers, chapter 16, and verse 1. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, and sons of Eliab, and the sons of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men, and they arose before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown.
Right, so you got Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. These three devils, you know what I'm saying? They rose up before Moses, and they got 250 men to join with them. Read on.
And they gathered themselves
and
together.
not only that, them 250 men was, they had fame in the congregation. They was mighty. They was respected. But they wasn't content with that. Watch this. Hold that. Get Sirach 14. That's the thing too, man. Look. If you a certain rank or you in a certain position or you just a soldier wife and not an officer's wife or whatever, look, listen. Stay in the spirit. Not everybody is able to be where you at. Not everybody is able to do what you do. But you so discontented, you just want it all. When you got that spirit on you, you're not gonna be content until the person that's over you is no longer over you. Your brother got that spirit on you. You gonna eventually want to be the bishop. You gonna want to overthrow Bishop Nathaniel, cause you greedy you want all the power, the glory, the fame, and all of that. That's why brothers leave and start their own damn thing. And then they realize once they get 2 viewers every Sabbath, damn, I'm not the bishop. I'm just not. I should have just stayed learning from him. So eventually one day I could have been molded and built up to that level just like he did.
Lord
Bishop had elders and people over him for years. All right, read what you got. 14 and 8.
Sirach chapter 14 and verse 8. The envious man hath a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despises men.
Read.
A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion.
You're not satisfied with your portion. These men had fame in the body. They had rank. But they wanted to be the top. They just had to be the top dogs, though. For they was not satisfied with their portion. Read on.
And the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul.
And it eat away at your soul. You eventually, the spirit that's in you, die out. Then you turn into a full-fledged demon. That's how I'm telling you, envy, covetous. That's why I say covetousness is idolatry.
Right.
You turn away completely from the Lord. You your own God at that point. And there is no life in you from that point on. Go back to number 16. What was that, verse 3?
Verse 3.
Yeah.
The book of Numbers chapter 16 and verse 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift you up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord.
Think about it. We just read in Numbers 11, Moses asked the Lord, I need help. I need more leaders. Moses allowed the Lord to take from his spirit and put it on other men. But these, just because Moses was exalted above them, they tried to make it seem like, Moses, you preeminence, you vainglory, you just want to be above everybody. Why you lifting yourself up like we can't do the same thing? They making it seem like Moses was wicked. No, your ass wicked.
Right.
For real, you should have had the utmost respect for Moses. You wasn't with him in front of Pharaoh's throne.
Right.
Putting your life on the line, talking about some let my people go to the most dangerous man on the planet. That wasn't you. Your ass was still trying to make a brick out of straw. You know what I'm saying? Crying, trying to get delivered. For real. You should have the utmost respect for Moses. But obviously, hey, I'm telling you that envy, you got to be mindful. What verse you at?
Verse 4.
All right, read that.
Verse 4. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face.
He couldn't believe it. All right, jump down to verse 25.
Verse 25. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he said, and he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. So they gate up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abiram, on every side.
So you got to think, Moses said, depart from these wicked men. They was wicked as hell. Why? Because they moved with envy. They tried to overthrow the leader that God set up. He said, get away from these wicked men. Read.
And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind.
So look, I'm gonna show you that it's the Lord. It ain't even me. This ain't me. This ain't me. This is all the Lord. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you proof. Read.
Verse 29. If these men die, the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord have not sent me.
Right. If they catch an arrow in their neck, you know what I'm saying? So a beast come up and eat them or something like that. They die like regular men die. Then I'm not a prophet.
Right.
I'm not the man that the Lord want to lead y'all. Read.
But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up,
Damn.
with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then you shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord.
Who?
Have provoked the Lord.
Provoked the Lord with their envy towards Moses. They provoked the Lord to judge them. Say, if you now look, hey, I'm the same man that y'all think that I'm preeminence and I ain't really who I say I am or whatever. I bet then y'all should know that I'm not able to somehow manage to make the earth have a mouth and open this damn mouth and swallow a whole lot of human beings. Y'all should know that ain't gonna be me. Believe it or not, though. But read on. Read on.
And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, lest the earth swallow us up also.
Come on.
And there came out a fire from the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense.
So everybody that was involved with this operation of envy to overthrow Moses and Aaron, they got swallowed up and they got burnt up. But watch this. Jump down to verse 41 just for fun's sake, just to show y'all how simple Israel is. Read that.
Verse 41. But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, ye have killed the people of the Lord.
Wow. Moses, you ain't mighty like you think you is, but you did open that earth and made that fire come down and kill. You did that. You see what I'm saying? Israel, bro. Bug the hell out. All right, now go to 1 Samuel 18:1. So just back on the topic of people being more closer with people than with other people. All right? So obviously we know the Lord didn't have the devil on him for having favoritism with Moses and exalting him above the people. It's because he was meek above all men of the earth.
Right.
All right? So let's see about this. 1 Samuel 18:1.
1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 1. And it came to pass, when he made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
He loved him as his own soul. Read.
And Saul took him that day, and would let him go no more home to his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant, because he loved him as his own soul.
Read.
And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him, and gave it to David, and his garments, even to his sword, and to his bow, and to his girdle.
Right. So remember, David came from the house of Jesse. They ain't had nothing. He was a keeper of the sheep. So Saul let David move in as his servant. Jonathan loved him so much, he gave him, look, here, I got some princely clothes. Man, get fresh with me. I ain't finna be fresh without you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You my boy. For real. So they was like this, right? Because they was real close friends. So like I said, you might see certain people in the body, they real close. It gotta be something there unless they do something evil, do something unfair. It gotta be some type of evil thought in your damn mind for you to feel like that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they close. It's like somebody watching David and Jonathan like, y'all shouldn't be that close just because he looked out for you like that or whatever, bro. Come on, bro. You ain't got to be that close with the brother. You ain't got to love him as yourself. Go to chapter 19, verse 1.
1 Samuel chapter 19 and verse 1. And Saul spake unto Jonathan, his son, and to all his servants, that they should kill David. But Jonathan, Saul's sons, delighted much in David. And Jonathan told David, saying, Saul, my father seeketh to kill thee. Now therefore I pray thee, take heed to thyself until the morning, and abide in a secret place, and hide thyself.
So Jonathan looking out for this brother. He ain't had to save his life. Look, go out. Hey, my daddy, hey, you gonna send them folks. Look, go here, go. Jonathan didn't have to do that. But he loved them. Read on.
And I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where thou art, and I will commune with my father of thee. And what I see, that I will tell thee. And Jonathan spake good of David unto Saul his father, and said unto him, let not the king sin against his servant, against David, because he had not sinned against thee, and because his works have been to thee ward very good.
Dad, he ain't done nothing to you. What you trying to kill this man for? Because Saul had envy. You know what I'm saying? And envy goes to hatred, hatred turn to murder. He like, daddy, he ain't done nothing. He served you. He killed for you. What you trying to kill him for? Read.
For he did put his life in his hand, and slew the Philistine, and the Lord wrought a great salvation for all Israel. Thou sawest it, and didst rejoice.
Right, he killed the Philistines. You was glad. You was happy when he did that, daddy. You don't remember? Read.
Wherefore, then wilt thou sin against innocent blood, to slay David without a cause?
Read.
And Saul hearkened unto the voice of Jonathan, and Saul sware, as the Lord liveth, he shall not be slain.
Right, so in that moment, Jonathan talked some sense to his daddy, saved his life in that moment. All right, go to chapter 20, verse 27. But the spirit of envy is so, you know, when it take a hold on you, it got a hold on you. So Saul, he changed his mind back and tried to kill David again. Watch this, read.
1 Samuel chapter 20 and verse 27. And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said unto Jonathan his son, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meet, neither yesterday nor today?
Right, where the hell your homeboy at, man? For real, why he ain't come to eat? It's a feast day. Read.
And Jonathan answered Saul, David earnestly asked leave of me to go to Bethlehem.
Right, so he got an alibi for David. Read.
And he said, let me go, I pray thee, for our family hath a sacrifice in the city, and my brother, he hath commanded me to be there. And now, if I have found favor in thine eyes, let me get away, I pray thee, and see my brethren. Therefore he cometh not unto the king's table. Then Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan, and he said unto him, thou son of perverse, rebellious woman.
You son of a... That's what he told his son.
Right.
You son of a... Read.
Do not I know that thou hast chosen the son of Jesse to thy own confusion, and unto the confusion of thy mother's nakedness?
You don't think I know that you looking out for your homeboy? You think you fooling me? Read.
For as long as the son of Jesse liveth upon the ground, thou shalt not be established, nor the king, nor thy kingdom.
Now you would think at that moment, all right, Jonathan gonna fold. He's saying, look, you ain't gonna be heir to my throne, Jonathan. You giving up the kingdom for this little niglet. You know what I'm saying? At that moment, Jonathan was a regular Negro that wasn't super loyal. You know what I'm saying? He would have been like, shit. He would have went and told David, hey, you gotta see it through, my boy.
You got to see it.
hey, now I ain't giving up my rulership for your head. But now let's see what Jonathan did, read.
Wherefore now sin and fetch him unto me, for he shall surely die.
Go get him. If you want your kingdom, you want to keep your throne, go get your friend so I can kill him. Read.
And Jonathan answered Saul his father and said unto him, wherefore shall he be slain? What hath he done?
Right, so he didn't fold. He like that. What the hell you gonna kill him for? Read.
And Saul cast a javelin at him to smite him. Whereby Jonathan knew that it was determined of his father to slay David.
So Jonathan put his life in jeopardy just to look out for his brother so his brother wouldn't die. He damn near died. I could have died. That was him. That was him. He could have died for his brother. Now watch this. Go to 2 Samuel 1, 26. 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 26.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 1 and verse 26.
Uh-huh.
I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan.
So this was after, last chapter, 1 Samuel, you could read about it. Jonathan died in battle. All right, and Saul killed himself. He went out like a straight lollipop, but it is what it is. All right, read on.
Wherefore pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of women.
Right, so their relationship, you know what I'm saying, it ran so deep. You know what I'm saying? It was blood, sweat, and tears, literally. You know what I'm saying? That was invested into their relationship. So not everybody is going to be this. They're not going to have the same level of friendship. Some people that been through stuff like this with each other. It run deep. Their loyalty and all that run deeper than it's going to be with everybody else. So you can't look at friendships and things of that nature like it's always some evil clique for them. You don't know. You don't know what they done been through together. All right, go to John 21, verse 20. Just to show y'all, man. We going Genesis, wilderness, David. Now we going to the New Testament. John 21, verse 20.
The book of John, chapter 21 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Then Peter turneth about, seeth the disciple whom Jesus loved, following.
The disciple whom Jesus loved. Now, right, Jesus loved everybody. He loved the whole nation. He loved all the disciples. But when it came to this disciple, it calls him the disciple whom he loved. Meaning what? That was his favorite. Now, this was after Jesus was just telling Peter, you love me? All right, feed my sheep.
Right.
You love me? Peter like, damn, you don't think I love you? Damn, what's up? So Peter looking at the disciple who he loved, because he ain't question John. He ain't question the disciple who he loved like that.
Right.
Read.
Which also leaned on his breast at supper.
Come on.
And said, Lord, which is he that betrayed thee? Peter, seeing him, said to Jesus, Lord, and what shall this man do?
So what this man gonna do? Because you done told me how I'm gonna die and all of that. What about him? How he gonna go out? Peter worried about the wrong damn thing. But he don't like the fact that Jesus showed favor to this one disciple. Read.
Jesus said unto him, If I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Follow thou me.
Right. If I have it to where he never died, what the hell they got to do with you? You better keep these commandments. You better follow me. Don't worry about what's going to happen to him. Read.
Then with this saying abroad among the brethren, that the disciple should not die. Yet Jesus said not unto him, he shall not die. But if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee?
So he was like, based on what Jesus said, it was like a little rumor. They're like, oh, I guess he ain't going to die. But he was like, Jesus ain't say he was going to die. He was just saying, if he don't die, what the hell they got to do with you? That's all he said. Read.
This is the disciple which testified of these things and wrote these things.
Right. So John, the author of this book, was the disciple who Jesus loved. That was his favorite. All right. So now go to Luke 2:52. We're going to show the example with Christ. So right then you see Christ favored a certain disciple. All right. Was he at the Spirit?
No.
Oh, okay. He is the Spirit, ain't he? Okay. Luke 2:52.
The book of Luke, chapter 2 and verse 52.
Uh-huh.
And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man.
In favor with God and man.
Right.
So Jesus, as he grew, he gained a lot of love, right? Go to chapter 3, verse 23.
Luke chapter 3 and verse 23.
Uh-huh.
And Jesus himself began to be about 30 years of age, being as was supposed the son of Joseph.
All right, so this was after he got baptized. This is when he officially went and started his ministry. He was 30 years old. He was a young man, right? Mind you, remember when he was 12, you had the people in the temple or whatever? You got all the elders, the Pharisees, the scribes that grew up from little in these learning institutions or whatever, and they 50, 60 up in age, you know, knowing the laws. Now, Jesus go out here teaching, people listening, he drawing crowds. Watch this, John 7:14. This is what happened when Christ came on the scene.
The book of John, chapter 7 and verse 14. Now about the midst of the feast, Jesus went up unto the temple and taught. And the Jews marveled, saying, How knoweth this man letters, having never learned?
He wasn't with us in them schools all these decades. He didn't come up under the feet of Gamaliel. What is this? So when they saw this young man bringing it out the way he was, it struck something in their spirit. Now watch this, chapter 11, verse 45.
John chapter 11 and verse 45. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Jesus did, believed on him. But some of them went their ways of the Pharisees and told them what things Jesus had done.
So after he raised Lazarus from the dead, you had something, a lot of people followed him after that. And some people went and told the Pharisees, man, this nigga over here raising people from the dead. Y'all need to do something about that, dude. Watch this, read.
Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council, and said, What do we? For this man doeth many more miracles.
So right when that was said, they could have went this direction. Like, this man doing a lot of miracles. We need to figure out how to, let him take over the synagogue. We need to go over there, learn some stuff from him. You know what I'm saying? Because he doing many miracles. He ain't stopping. But now let's see what direction they went. Read.
If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
Read.
And one of
so
them,
now as you can see, they was more worried about their position, their perception, their fame, their glory that they had of the people. Basically, this young ass dude taking all our fame. This young dude, all the people believing on him, they ain't gonna come to the synagogue no more. They ain't gonna break bread with us no more. Read.
And one of them named Cephas, being the high priest.
And they was at the spirit, but because they said the Romans gonna come take away our place in nation. Not the Most High.
Right.
The Roman, the enemy, the white man, Esau, gonna come take away our place in nation. That's how you know they was moving with envy. Read.
Being the high priest that same year said unto them, Ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people.
So he tried to talk some sense into him, but jump down to verse 53.
Verse 53. Then from that day forth, they took counsel together for to put him to death.
So just like in Genesis 37, when Reuben first spoke up, they still was finna kill him. Same thing right there. Caiaphas tried to talk some sense into him. They were like, nah, we still gonna kill that nigga.
Right.
So you see, it was just, he come on the scene, he doing good works, he raising people from the dead. But that envy, he taking my spot, my shine, he gotta die. It's envy, hatred, murder. That's how it go. Go to Matthew 27 and verse 15. We almost done. Matthew 27, verse 15.
The book of Matthew, chapter 27 and verse 15. Now at that feast, the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner, whom they would.
So it was a custom at these high holy feasts, the Romans would release a prisoner of the Jews back to them. All right? So it says with them, it was a prisoner. Read.
And they had then a notable prisoner called Barabbas.
So it was between Barabbas and Christ. Now watch this. Give Mark 15 and 7 real quick. We're going to come right back. Mark 15 and 7. Good. Mark chapter 15, verse 7. It's crunch time. All right? Come clutch now. We got 4 minutes. Go clutch now. Mark 15:7.
The book of Mark, chapter 15 and verse 7.
Come on.
And there was one named Barabbas, which lay bound with them that had made insurrection with him, who had committed murder in the insurrection.
So this man Barabbas, this man led a riot against the government and committed murder in the midst of that riot. He was a murderer. And so that's who you can release. Jesus, who healed people, taught people, did miracles. He loves the Israelites. And you got this murderer. Go back. Matthew 27:17.
Matthew chapter 27, verse 17.
Come on.
Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye that I will release unto you? Barabbas or Jesus, which is called Christ?
Right. So who you want? You want this murderer or you want this righteous, healing, loving, miracle working guy to be released? Which one? Read.
For he knew that for envy they had delivered him.
And for what?
That for envy they had delivered him.
He knew, the white man, the devil himself, knew that it was for envy that they was trying to put Christ to death. It was nothing that he done that was worthy of death at all. But when you got that envy in you, you'll prefer a man to die for doing good works than somebody who deserved to be put to death according to the law. I'm telling you, Wisdom of Solomon 6:23. We almost done. Read that.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 23.
Come on.
Neither will I go with consuming envy.
Right. Don't go with consuming envy because it will consume you. It will consume your spirit. It start out small. Then it turn into you not being content until that person is dead. Read on.
For such a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom.
The Spirit of God would not dwell with you. The Lord will not deal with you if you have envy within you. I'm telling you, it will consume you. You will become the devil on earth. 1 Corinthians 13. It's the last scripture. Start at verse 1.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Though I speak with the tongues of men and the angels and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal.
So, meaning I could be the best speaker, orator in the world. I can make people repent like hell when I teach. But if I ain't got charity, I'm nothing. Read.
And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have no charity, I am nothing.
Come on.
And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing.
Read.
Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not.
Charity envieth not. So God is saying, look, you could be the best teacher. You could put in works. You can have all this faith. You could do this. You could do a lot for the nation. But if you got envy in your heart, you don't got charity. Therefore, you are nothing. You are nothing to the Lord. You're going to be one of them people, Lord, Lord, didn't I do works in your name? He going to say, I never knew you. Look, envious bastard, go to hell. I'm telling you, don't go with consuming envy. Be mindful of envy. That's a very dangerous spirit to let fester inside of you, for real. With that, shalom. Most high Christ bless.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road. Purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.